People don't need to just see what Alex and Shauna's life looks like every day. You know, I mean, it's cool and it's fun, and I love to film, I love to shoot video. However, if we leave Christ out of it, then it's just pointless videos that get us nowhere. So
I'm using my phone to light up my face so I'm not in the dark, but it looks like a scary movie. I thought it was a good idea at the time. Yesterday's vlog ended pretty abruptly after date night.
what do you think?
Of the movie?
Yeah,
It was hard. Very hard movie.
that's it.
I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what else to say.
Me and Shauna, if you didn't watch yesterday, we had a date, not really a date night because we got kids, so we had a date day or a date afternoon, and we went to the movies and we seen Sound of Freedom, and then the vlog just ended after that. That was one of the best movies that I've seen in a very, very long time, if not the best movie, just because of what it was. If you're not familiar, the whole movie is about human trafficking, more specific child trafficking, and I mean, it was a phenomenal movie. It's just heavy. Like, the only way to describe that movie is heavy. I think I made it 2 minutes in before I was bawling crying, and I cried through that entire movie. It was just, they did such a phenomenal job at making connections with the actors and the characters. I mean, just a phenomenal movie, on top of the fact that it is all based on true events. It's based on the true life of a gentleman named Tim Ballard, and it's just, I don't even know what to say. If you haven't seen the movie, you really, really need to go see the movie before it's out of theaters. When it comes out, like, support this movie is all I have to say. It's a phenomenal movie. It's just, it's heavy, it's so real, and it's such a, I don't know, I think that's what makes it so heavy, is because it's such a real thing. I mean, it portrays, parents who are, literally their child is just a half a step away from them, and they turn around and then they turn back around 1 second and their child is gone. And that is real life. That really happens. And it's just, the entire time all I could do is think about my kids and how much more I want to protect my kids and cover and hover over my kids. It's like, it's heavy. That's it. That's all I have to say. It's heavy, but that's my 120 second review on that movie. I can't say it enough. You need to see it. And if you think I don't think I can watch it, tape your eyelids open and watch it anyway. You need to. It's making it not real to you doesn't make it not real. It's still real. You don't want to know it's there, because then you'll know it's there. And it's like, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you need to go see it. So, but after that heaviness, I think we are what day are we on? 24, I think this is day 24. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's day 24. Shoulder day. It is Saturday, and I woke up, my alarm is set for 3:30. I've one alarm set for 3:30 and one alarm set for 3:33, just in case. And I woke up at 3:29. I wake up and I look at the clock and it's 3:29, and I'm like, heck yeah. And I feel great. Like, I was dancing in the kitchen. I feel great. It's a good Saturday. It's a good day. So I'm glad that I am starting to continue to build momentum and build some positive direction, I guess. My body knows, hey, this joker is going to get up when this alarm goes off, so you better go ahead and wake up. So that's a good thing. I don't feel like absolute death every morning when I wake up. So it is shoulder day. So let's go hit some shoulders, and then we'll see what kind of shenanigans we can get into after that.
I didn't shoot a whole lot of video today. To be honest with you, it was kind of a boring day. It was a productive day. We just cleaned the house like all day, like swept, mopped, like did a pretty good, thorough, deep cleaning of the house. So it was a pretty productive day, but I didn't film any of that. I figured it was probably pretty boring and we just kind of hang out with the family at the house. But it works out good because I wanted to spend a couple of minutes. I wanted to take a couple of minutes and try to rehash a conversation that me and Shauna had today. We had probably one of the most impactful, one of the deepest conversations about God that we've had in a long time. And I like to call it peeling the onion. We sat there and went back and forth about, how have you been lately? What's relationship look like with you lately? And going back and forth in our own hang-ups sometimes, how I struggle with this sometimes in my relationship with God. In this area, I struggle with this insecurity and her talking about this. And we peeled the onion, which is what I love to do. Well, why do you feel that way? Well, why do you think that? Why do you think that? And I don't ever want to do that because I think that it's just so that there's always this deep, huge root cause of things. Like, I don't believe that we got to get to the root of it. In a way I do, and in a way I think that sometimes people chase roots that just aren't there. But getting to, after you peel the onion so much, you finally come down to a lot of times, what we did is come down to a really super simple answer. And we were talking about in our life, we both, in the season that we're in right now, we both, and the only way I know how to put it is to talk in a term of like levels of relationship, which I know there's no such thing as like levels of relationship. And really, it's like I was talking about a couple of videos ago when I was talking about my relationship with Shauna and how now it's a lot different than when we were dating, and how emotions feel different, and how God was telling me, you don't want the brand new relationship, you want a firm foundation type relationship. And so me and Shauna were talking about levels of relationship and how we feel like that we've been doing this, like on the ceiling, trying to break through and get to that next level of relationship. And, to where the ceiling that we were hitting is now the floor. And, after a lot of onion peeling is what I like to call it. After a lot of talk, we really just came a big full circle back around to a simple answer of just understanding that it's just time. Like, he just wants to spend time with us, and it's not to get impatient, not to focus on feelings, not to what I struggle with, not to make things more vast or deeper than what they actually are, or think that there are all these things that are hurting relationship or that are strings attached. I talked about that as well. And just to keep it simple. I think sometimes I'm going to say I overcomplicate. I know I overcomplicate things. That's a given. If any of you know me, you know I way overcomplicate things. I can make the simplest things complicated, but I'm probably not alone in that. I think sometimes we complicate even relationship with God, and sometimes we put strings and attach strings to his love and strings to the relationship that is just not there. They don't exist. So it was a phenomenal time of just drawing close to him, drawing close to each other, and just getting to talk openly about that. And there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to share that. And the first one is I always wanted to be open when it comes to conversations and when it comes to YouTube. I never wanted to be, put something out there that is not the truth, or that is not a reality. And the reality is, even though me and Shauna have been walking with the Lord a long time, we still have things that we continue to try to grow in and walk in. And we still have those days where we're just like, God, can you hear me? And even though sometimes that punches you in the gut and you're like, I should be way past that. Like, I should never have those thoughts. Sometimes you do. Like, sometimes you revert back to feeling like a little kid where you're just like, Daddy, pick me up. Like, I don't want to be a mature Christian today. I just need my daddy. And I say that because, first off, I always want there to be a realness, and I always want to be, able to be vulnerable, because I think that's the only way that people who are watching, if you're watching, I think that's the only way that you can gain anything from watching this channel and gain anything from this content, is understanding that you're not by yourself and that there's other people who feel that way. And the second thing is I don't want to get caught up just turning my camera on every day. If I'm going to make the decision, and we're day 24 now, which I said I was going to do 25 days, which I'm going to do more than 25 days, because I so feel like that I dropped the ball. There was 3 days, one because of fasting and 2 other days because I was sick, that I didn't even vlog. So I can't even really say technically that I did 25 days straight, but we're on 24. Tomorrow's 25. But if I'm going to do this daily, picking up my camera and daily coming to you guys with a video, I want to make darn sure that I'm giving you Christ along the way, and that we're encouraging, each other. And all the comments that I see, I don't get a lot of comments. I know there's not a ton of people watching right now, but the comments that I do get, it's encouragement and it's encouraging. And I want to make sure that this is not a pointless vlog. People don't need to just see what Alex and Shauna's life looks like every day. I mean, it's cool and it's fun, and I love to film. I love to shoot video. However, if we leave Christ out of it, then it's just pointless videos that get us nowhere. So that's my spill for the evening. Sorry, guys, if it's not the most exciting video with the most exciting footage, but I wanted to share my heart a little bit tonight. And it's day 24, and tomorrow's a brand new day, and it's going to be day 25. But I don't know how long I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go until I know I'm done. Like, until God says, okay, you're done daily vlogging, or until it feels like it's lost its purpose. But I want to start podcasting too. I'm thinking about video podcasting. I'm in my truck a lot, driving around for work. So I'm thinking about taking my microphone and like my GoPro and setting that up and just having like a on the road podcast. On the road again. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love you guys. I haven't said this in a while, but launch out into the deep. Please don't just watch YouTube videos all day long. Get out there. If you're not into nature, that's okay. Just get out of the house. Get out there, do something. Don't sit there and watch TikTok and YouTube and goofy folks like me all day. Launch out into the deep. Launch out into the deep things of God. And tomorrow is day 25.